welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So this is episode 2 in my rereading or reading for the first time Jacqueline Wilson books. And I'm excited because this month my pile of Jacqueline Wilson books are books that I have not read before. So these are contemporary Jacqueline Wilsons that I didn't read as a child. I think they are all, I would say, on the older end of middle grade, but not quite YA. You're sort of kind of like aimed at your 10 to 13-year-old is what I'm kind of guessing these ones are at. But let's go through the books and then we'll go through a little bit more. If you don't know what this vlog series is about, I'll link the other one up here somewhere. Basically, Jacqueline Wilson was one of my favourite authors growing up. She is releasing a new book following on from one of my favourite series, the Girls series, that comes out in September. And to celebrate this summer, I've decided I am going to be reading a whole host of Jacqueline Wilson books. So last month I reread some of my childhood favourites. This month I have got a pile of new to me contemporary Jacqueline Wilson books, which I'll be reading. When I say contemporary, contemporary to the time they were written. Most of these were written in the early 2000s, so not actually contemporary to today. But Jacqueline Wilson also does a few historical books, sort of set in like Victorian times. So that's my kind of differentiation, because I will be reading the historical ones later. Spoilers. So the first book that I'm picking up is going to be The Diamond Girls. Now, I don't know very much about any of these books, so I am going to just be kind of reading from the synopses. Dixie, Rochelle, Jude and Martine, the Diamond Girls. They might sound like a girl band, but these sisters' lives are anything but glamorous. They've moved into a terrible house on a rundown estate, and after barely 5 minutes, Rochelle's flirting, Jude's fighting and Martine's storming off. Even though Dixie's the youngest, she's desperate to get the house fixed up before Mum comes home with her new baby. Will the Diamond Girls pull together in time for the first Diamond Boy? A typical slice of real life, tough on the outside, warm on the inside, from the best-selling, multi-award winning Jacqueline Wilson. This one sounds really cute. I have heard good things about this one, but like I said, it's not one that I've ever read before. This came out in 2004, so I'd have been like 15, so definitely not reading middle grade then. The next one on my list is Lily Alone. So this one, the only synopsis that I've really got for this one is on the back. Lily's things to remember. How to look after my brother and sisters. 1. Make sure they eat 3 meals a day and not just ice cream. 2. Keep clothes not too mucky. 3. Everyone must go to bed before midnight, especially Pixie. 4. Don't let them go to school in case they give away our secret. 5. Keep everyone safe till Mum comes back. This sounds like it's going to be very hard hitting. It sounds like I'm probably going to cry. This one is a much more recent one. This one was published in 2011. Next I've got Cookie. Again, I'm going to read you out the synopsis. Beauty Cookson is really not very beautiful. She's plain and timid, and all the girls at school are super confident and snooty. They think her name is ridiculous and have come up with a new one for her. Ugly. Worse than the teasing in the playground, though, is the hurtful criticism from her father. Beauty and her mum live in fear of Dad's rages, sparked off when they break one of his fussy house rules, suggest something silly, like getting a pet, or if Beauty refuses to wear an outfit he's bought her. But Beauty's mum adores her and finds a way to keep Beauty happy despite all of the shouting. Together they discover a new hobby, baking cookies, and a much better nickname is born. After Beauty's disastrous birthday party, Dad's temper seems to be out of control. Can Mum and Beauty bear it any longer, or can they find a way to start a sweet new life? Again, sounds like it's going to be very, very hard hitting. This one was published in 2008. I think I was 20 then. The next one on my list is The Illustrated Mum. So this one, I think I might have read this one when I was younger. Depends when it came out, to be honest. It came out in 99, so I feel I recognise it, but I have no recollection of the story. But again, I'm going to just read you the back. Covered from head to foot with glorious tattoos, Marigold is the brightest, most beautiful mother in the world. That's what Dolphin thinks. She just wishes her beautiful mum wouldn't stay out partying all night or go weird now and then. Her older sister Star isn't so sure anymore. She loves Marigold too, but sometimes she just can't help wishing she was more normal. So this one is one of her more YA books. And I think this one is going to have really great mental health rep in it. And again, being written in 99, I'm interested to see how that rep stands up. And the final one on my list is Best Friends. This one, when was this one published? 2004, so again, after my time. But I'm just going to read you the back. Gemma and Alice have been best friends since they were born. It never seemed to matter that Gemma loves football while Alice prefers drawing, or that Gemma never stops talking while Alice is more likely to be listening. They share everything. Then one day, Gemma finds out that there's something that Alice isn't sharing, a secret. And when Gemma discovers what it is, she isn't sure if she and Alice can stay best friends forever. Again, sounds like it's going to be really cute. Sounds like it's going to be quite kind of heartwarming. I'm excited. So, this is my TBR for the week. Today it is Thursday. It is Thursday morning. I've got a week to read these books. I feel like I can do it. However, I am away. I'm going back down to my parents on Sunday night, and then I'm in London Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get read while I'm in London. Plus, I don't really want to be like lugging 5 books around with me. So in an ideal world, I'd read all 5 of these this weekend. Is that possible? Is that ridiculous? Possibly. Probably. But we're going to try. Do let me know if you have read any of these books, and comment down below what your favourite Jacqueline Wilson book is, if you have read anything of hers. If you haven't, comment down below if you are intrigued to pick up a Jacqueline Wilson, or what your favourite childhood author was. And I'm going to go get reading. See you in a bit. Hello, it is Thursday evening. I forgot what day of the week we're on. And I finished my first book of the vlog, which is The Diamond Girls. I don't actually know what I think about this. So I was about halfway through and I was like, I don't think I'm liking it. Now I've finished, I like it a bit more, but I do have issues with this book. So in this one, we're following 10-year-old Dixie. She's the youngest of 4 girls. Her mum has got the council's given her mum a new house. Her mum's pregnant, and they've got a new house in a new estate somewhere about like 60 miles away from where they currently live. So it starts with them moving, and none of the girls want to move. Her mum then very quickly has the baby, and as they move into the new house, which has been like basically kind of it's in a very, very rough area. It's been broken into, windows are boarded up, there's sick in the sink, you know, it's all just pretty rough. So it's basically following the family, and the premise of, you know, this externally seeming like chavvy family who actually are like very soft and lovely on the inside. I like that. However, I do not like their mother. Sue, the mum, is emotionally abusive to all of the children. Her eldest daughter, Martine, is 16 and doesn't want to move. She wants to move in with her boyfriend. And the mum's like, no, I need you to come and help me with the baby. You're the only one I can trust. And literally like bullies her into coming. The mother's just, then once she's had the baby, I won't say what like the sort of twist is there, but she's, again, emotionally abusive to all of the children. And I just really didn't like her. And there's also this other character that Dixie, our main character, meets, is a little girl called Mary who lives across the road. And Mary's mother is physically abusive, which again, don't like. And it seemed, by the end, it did seem as if it was the Diamond mother was okay because, you know, at least she didn't beat them up. No, but she still bullied them all. Like, she was still not a very nice woman. And this is where, you know, I feel like we were supposed to sympathise with their mother, but I didn't. I just didn't like her. And I think the Mary story, like, basically everything got wrapped up in about 2 pages at the end. And I wanted a little bit more at the end. I wanted to know a little bit more about what was going to happen with Mary, because all that happens is, oh, Mary's going to live with her aunt and uncle for a bit. Like, no, come on. I want more than that. I want to know actually what's happening with them. There's something that happens with with the eldest sister. Again, very, very obvious, but would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say anything. And it's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to move back home now. We're all good. And you know how sometimes you just like, and I know this is a middle grade, I know this is intended for sort of children age probably again about like 10 to 12. But it's really, yeah, I just didn't, hasn't been my favourite Jacqueline Wilson. We also had a plot of one of the girls who was age 12 was flirting with this guy and has this boyfriend who is now, well, so she's got this boyfriend who's 16. And again, like a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old, gross, for one. And I just, again, wish that that wasn't a plot line. Because even if, like, I don't know, if it had been like the other way and maybe it was like, say, the 14-year-old daughter dating a 16-year-old, or if, you know, Rochelle, the 12-year-old, if her boyfriend had been like 13, 14, but it's a big age gap, 16 to 12. And it kind of makes you wonder, well, what is that 16-year-old boy looking for from a 12-year-old? Because he knows that she's 12. So that made me quite uncomfortable as well. So, like I said, I haven't actually rated it yet. I'm not going to rate it right now. I'm going to sit and think about it for a bit. And I will give you my ratings on this one tomorrow. But I'm going to move on. I can't remember what my second book was. I think it was Lily Alone. I'm going to start reading that one. I'm not going to right now because I have got a sleeping cat on my lap, which of course means that I'm unable to move, so I can't go and get my other book. But yeah, I'll come back to you tomorrow and give you my ratings for the Diamond Girls and let you know what I'm reading next. Hello, it is Friday evening. Oh God, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, I'm going to go to bed now. But I've just finished reading Lily Alone. So, this book is really sad. I feel like there's a bit of a sort of second Jacqueline Wilson theme. So, the 90s books that I grew up reading had this theme of children in care. So you've got things like, I mean, just thinking of the books that I read last month, you've got Tracy Beaker, who is a child in care. Bad Girls, one of the main characters is a child in care. Dustbin Baby is about a child in care. Even some of the other books, off the top of my head, I can't think. I'm saying that, I can't think of any more. But there seem to be quite a lot that were about children in care. The 2000 books that I'm reading at the moment that I haven't read before, the theme seems to be single parents, and especially single parents who are like of families growing up in poverty. So in Lily Alone, we're following Lily, who is 11, and her mum goes out on a night out, meets this guy who takes her away to Spain, and she leaves the kids alone for a week. She thinks that her ex is going to come and look after them. She doesn't actually speak to him. She leaves him a voicemail saying, I'm going away, you need to look after the kids. He doesn't arrive, and it's up to Lily to look after the kids, which are the 6-year-old twins and 3-year-old Pixie. So Lily is looking after these children for a week, and then towards the end of the week, people are starting to notice, and so they run away to the park and they spend a couple of days camping out in the park. However, then Bliss, one of the twins, falls out of a tree, breaks her arm. No, she doesn't. She breaks her leg, and they have to go obviously to hospital, and everything falls apart. And I was going to say what the ending was then, but I won't actually. Spoilers. So in this one, again, we've got a single mum. All of the kids have got different fathers. They live in a 2-bed council house. Like, Lily and the twins share a mattress. They don't even have like a bed. And I feel like, and again, we've got the whole story is basically this mother's abandoned them. Obviously they love their mum, but she's gone off on her holiday and left the kids alone. She didn't think she was, she didn't do it on purpose necessarily. She thought that her ex was going to come and look after the kids, but she never confirmed anything. And she had been leaving Lily in charge of the kids, like, previously, sort of, Lily would be the babysitter. And this book upsets me because the kids, the family are so lovely. Like, Lily and the children are just, I just want to wrap them up in cotton wool and just tell them everything's going to be okay. And it's another one similarly to like Diamond Girls, where the mother's horrible. And I mean, like, it's just such, it's so abusive, you leaving your child alone. And I don't like this one as much of any of the books that I read in my childhood. And partly I'm sure that is, a kind of like nostalgia bias. But I also just don't feel like this story has got the positive, similarly with Diamond Girls as well, I don't feel like there is that kind of positive, not necessarily like happy ending, but at least a positive ending, which I felt like I was getting in the earlier books, like I said, the ones that I was reading last month. So like I was saying, yesterday I read Diamond Girls. I did rate that one this morning and I rated it 3.5 stars. This one I have read and I'm giving this one 4 stars. I did enjoy this one more. But I feel at the end of this book, I feel sad. I don't feel hopeful. I don't feel like things could get better. I just feel sad. And that's kind of really why it's not getting, I mean, like, it's a good book. I've enjoyed it. But like I said, I couldn't rate it. I wouldn't be able to rate it 5 stars because even like Tracy Beaker, at the end, there is this hopefulness to the story. And you feel like, well, things might not be great, but things are going to get better for Tracy. I don't think things are going to get better for Lily. I think, I feel like at the end of this story, Lily is either going to be with her abusive mother, who is probably going to turn around and leave the kids again and, abandon them and make Lily be again the surrogate parent at age 11. She's in primary school. Or she's going to end up in the care system and separated from her family. So I just don't feel like there's a positive ending for Lily. Like I said, it just makes me feel sad. So I'm on to book 3, which I think I'm going to read. I think the next one on my list was Cookie, but I think I'm actually going to read The Illustrated Mum next, because I think I read that one when I was younger. It's one that I recognise, even though I don't remember it. So I'm going to try and read that one and just see if it might have a bit more of a positive ending, because I don't want this whole vlog to be books that just make me sad, basically. But yeah, Lily Alone, poor Lily, 4 stars. I enjoyed it, but it makes me sad. Hello, it's Saturday evening. I've just finished reading Best Friends by Jacqueline Wilson. This is incredibly cute, very, very sweet. So we're following Gemma and Alice, who were born within hours of each other, and they've been best friends their whole life. However, Alice and her family are moving away. So they're moving up to Scotland, then Gemma and Alice aren't going to see each other. We're following this from Gemma's point of view. And Alice's mum doesn't like Gemma, and has basically banned Alice from talking to her, which I do think is horrible. Like, if you've moved your child to hundreds of miles away to a different country, allow her to talk to her friends. Like, come on, we don't need this. It's very, very sweet. There's kind of like the friendships in there. This reminded me actually a lot of the Lottie Project. There is a character in here called Biscuits. Do not like the fat shaming that is prevalent in here. But again, I think this is, sorry Bella, I think this is a 90s book. No, it isn't. It's 2004. Even so, it's still, it's an older one. 20 years old, geez. But there is quite a lot of fat shaming. But yeah, Biscuits in here reminds me of, is it Jamie in the Lottie Project? And I liked this one. I did think it was good. But yeah, I actually, yeah, no, to be honest, I did. I really liked it. I think it was really sweet. It reminded me of like a classic 90s Jacqueline Wilson. I also thought what I thought was quite like funny, and I noticed this in Lily Alone as well. The TV show, The Story of Tracy Beaker, exists in these worlds, and I just think is amusing that Jacqueline Wilson is writing about her own book in her book. So, Jacqueline Wilson Inception. So I'm going to move on to Cookie next, which is this one here. I had thought I'd swap Illustrated Mum for Vicky Angel, because the Illustrated Mum it says it's for older readers, and I'm doing like a teen books vlog in a couple of months' time. So I thought, oh well, I'll read Vicky Angel instead of Illustrated Mum, because Vicky Angel doesn't say it's for older readers. But I literally like opened up, and in the first page they're 13, 14 in this one. So I'm like, well, again, that's older. And I know obviously the themes of Vicky Angel. I'm like, well, I feel like that one's older readers. So I might switch back and add in the Illustrated Mum again if I have finished Cookie in time. I might not. Tomorrow evening I am heading back down to Devon, and then I'm in London Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I don't think I'm not going to take any of my Jacqueline Wilson books to London with me. I might take the other book that I'm currently reading, which is a horror. We're on very different themes here. And I think I'm also going to start reading again another fantasy. So I might take those books to London with me, which means I might try and wrap up my Jacqueline Wilson vlog tomorrow. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I feel like there's a lot of waffle in there. But yeah, because I'm away from tomorrow night, if like I might just try and finish Cookie tonight and tomorrow. How many pages is this one? 320, so it's slightly longer than the others I've read. But yeah, this might just be a shorter vlog. But again, it's still going to be 4 books, which is fine, same as it was last month. And then Vicky Angel and Illustrated Mum might go into my older readers vlog. And I realised well, no, mainly because I'm just being a bit dumb, I've put a couple of holds on library books for more Jacqueline Wilson books, but I'm not intending to read them until August. So there's that. I mean, it's not like it's the end of the world. I'll just re-get them out of the library in August. But anyway, yeah, that was my update on, where's it gone? On Best Friends. Actually a very cute book. I think this is one that would be like a nice one for, you know, to read when your friends move away. It had got that kind of hopefulness, which I like from any kind of middle grade. And like I was saying, in that I kind of wasn't getting from Diamond Girls or Vicky or Lily alone. I kind of, like I said this yesterday, I didn't really feel like I got the hopefulness, but I did get that in Best Friends, so happy about that. But I'm going to move on to Cookie, and I will check in with you when I've read. Hello, I'll be honest, I am feeling fairly rough, which is why I sound like I'm whispering. I'm losing my voice, but I just wanted to jump in and tell you that I have finished reading Cookie. So Cookie, we follow Beauty Cookson, who is basically bullied at school and also bullied at home by her father. Her father is incredibly abusive towards her mother as well. So her mother is being emotionally, verbally, physically and financially abused by her dad. He is not a nice person. Beauty and her mum end up sort of escaping from her dad, and this is about them trying to like make a new life for themselves. I did like this one. It's probably around about like a kind of 3.5-ish. Like, it was nice, but it just wasn't that amazing. My battery's flashing, so I am going to just wrap this one up. I also clearly can't talk very well. But yeah, for this instalment of the Jacqueline Wilson vlog, I feel like I haven't found any standout book that I'm really, really excited by. None of them have been quite as good as the books that I read back in my childhood. There is probably a nostalgia element to that, but I have enjoyed reading these newer Jacqueline Wilsons, and next month I will be onto the historical ones, which I am excited about as well. So if you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.